So we are doing simplex method. Okay, we have this problem, maximization problem. Okay, this is my objective function. This is subject to constant. So first thing, we convert it into standard form. It is already given in standard form. Okay. Now we have to, what we have to do? We have to convert this constant into equality. In the graphical method, we do it directly, but in the simplex method, we introduce snag variable. Okay. We will introduce certain variables such that equality will hold. Okay. So let's do that. So we have two constants. So I will introduce two snag variable S1, S2. Okay. S1, S2. So I have to write that again, maximize my objective function. Okay. Then I am introducing snag variable. You have to write separately in different line. Okay. My snag variable will be S1 120. It is 120, right? 120. On S2, how much here you have? 60, right? 80. Okay, 80. Okay, I have introduced snag variable. Since I have introduced snag variable in the constant, I have to place it in the objective function such that value of objective function not change. How I will do that? I will write 0 S1 and 0 S2. Okay, so my value of objective function not changes. Okay, clear? First thing I will do is that by using this, I will construct my initial simplex table. Okay, so let's do that. Let me, because I need to use this one, so let me construct this one. So here I will take this solution ratio. I am telling you how to do it. Okay. So first draw like this. Okay. Then draw line here. Then one line in the between. Okay. So in this way you construct your table. Okay. Then I will place the value. This is your initial simplex table. CBI is your coefficient of basic variable. CBI. Okay. Coefficient of basic variable I. Okay. Just 1 minute. CJ is your coefficient of your objective function. Okay. And here you will add basic variable. Here is your solution. Here you will write ratio. Okay. Z is the value of objective function corresponding to that column ZZ. Okay. And CJ minus ZZ. CJ is what? Cost coefficient. ZZ is the value of your objective function. Okay. So I will look at the differences. Okay. So in the simplex method, in the case of maximization, if I get on the value on the variable, basic variable, okay, Cj minus Zj less than equal to, okay, 0, then I am getting my maximization. For on Cj minus Zj is less than equal to 0, then I am having maximization. This is cost and this is the value of objective function. Clear? Or you can look at it in this way, Zj minus Cj greater than equal to 0. Okay? What is not clear? Now, okay? Let me put some more light. Now better? Okay. So Cj minus Zj must be less than equal to 0 for maximization. Remember, this is cost coefficient and this is the value of the objective function. Okay. If the value of the objective function, you can take this one, is greater than or equal to cost coefficient for every basic variable, that means we are having maximization. Okay, so you can write in this way or you can check in this way. I am checking this way. Okay, write down this one. Okay, when you are making this table, make it properly. Okay, my handwriting not good, so okay. What are the coefficient of your objective function? 12, 16, 0, 0. 12, 16, 0, 0. Okay. Basic variable is x1. Okay. x1, then x2 for 16, s1, s2. Okay. Now, first the basic variable that I have introduced, s1, s2. Okay. The initial simplex table that you will make. Okay. You will use your snack variable first. Okay, so you write s1, s2 here. Okay, what is the coefficient of this basic variable? 0 and 0. Okay, now you will write on this term here in the first row. Then it will be 10, 10, 20. S1 value is 1, 1 into S1, it will be 1. I don't have S2, so it will be 0. Okay, in the first equation that I have converted from constant, I have 10x1, so coefficient is 10, I write 10. For x2 it is 20, s1 it is 1, I don't have s2, that means coefficient of s2 is 0, so I write 0 here. Clear? Okay, similarly for second one, coefficient for x1 is 8, for x2 it is 8, I don't have s1 in the second equation, so it will be 0, and s2 is 1. Okay, solution value is 120 and 80. Okay, now I have to find value of zz. Okay, so I have two rows, so summation running from 1 to 2. Okay, CBI. Okay, coefficient of basic variable I, okay, multiply with Aij, element of ith row and jth column. Okay, I have done detail in the video. On the process step by step I have shown you. Okay, here I am just doing it directly. Okay, so this formula translate into, I have to multiply 0 with this. Okay, because I have summation time, then I have to do plus 0 with this one to get the first value. Okay, then the CB1 will be this one, multiply with this, plus 0 into this one, I will get second value. Okay, similarly I multiply this with third element. Okay, A13 plus 0 into 0. Similarly I will do this, multiply this 2 plus 0 into 1 by using this method. Okay, in the video it is in detail, you can go to. Okay, so in the first, what will be the first element? 0 into 10 plus 0 into 8. How much? 0. 0 into 20 plus 0 into 8. 0. 0 into 1 plus 0 into 0. How much? 0. 0 into 0 plus 0 into 1. 0. Okay. My zz value for initial simplex table is 0. Okay. Now take out Cj minus zz. What you can get? Yeah, you get 12, 16, 0, 0. Okay. What we require for maximization? On Cj minus zz value must be less than equal to 0 for maximization. Are we getting that one? No, we are not getting it. I have two positive terms, right? Okay. So we have to construct iterative table. Okay. How we will construct? First look at, okay, where Cj minus zz value is maximum for which column? 12, 16, 0, 0. So in the second column, okay, this one, okay, I have the maximum value of Cj minus Zj. So this is called your key column. Okay. Okay. This is your key column. Because I have to do the optimization, so I have to make one more table. Okay. Now I have find the key column. Next step is to find the ratio. Okay. Solution divided by the element of that column. Okay. So what it will be? 120 divided by 20. How much? 6. 80 divided by 8. 10. Okay. Second, I have to find my key row. Okay. Key row I will find where I have the minimum value in the ratio. So minimum value is in the first row. Right? Okay. So this is my key row. Okay. And the common element is 20. Okay. 20 you can see is the common element. In key column and key row, this is called key element. Okay. This 20 is called key element. In everyone? Okay. So I have key column, key row and key element. Okay. Let's draw our first iteration table. Before that, okay. Remember, this x2 have, when I am taking out Cj minus Zj, it is 16. Okay. So the column variable will be my interim variable. Okay. And row where I have the minimum value will be my leaving variable. Okay. So when I am doing optimization problem, I will take x2 here, I will remove s1. Okay. And I want to see how much x2 needs to be changed. Okay. In order to maximize my objective function and whether we are able to maximize my objective function or not. Clear? I am saying that the column value, the column variable will be your interim variable. Okay. The row variable S1 will be your leaving variable in the iterative table. Okay. Okay. So I am drawing here. Let me. Okay, I am taking the picture. Okay, I will send it. So this is your first iterative table, okay? First iterative table. Okay. You have to construct same way. Okay, same way the table that I have constructed here. Just do it. Here you will be having CBI. Just write same thing. CBI, coefficient of basic variable, coefficient of objective function, basic variable. Okay. Here you have solution, and here you have ratio. Here you have Zj value. Here Cj minus Zj. Okay. So coefficient of basic variable remain the same. It will be 12, 16, 0, 0. Basic variable is x1, x2, s1, s2. Okay. My interim variable is x2. So I write x2 here. Okay. What is the coefficient of my x2? 16. Just write 16. Then here you will write s2. Coefficient is 0. Okay. Now, in order to construct this table, okay, there is a formula. Okay. Since my key element lies in the first row, okay, so in order to find the element of my first row, okay, I will divide on the element here, okay, by key element. Clear? Again I am saying it, understand. If I have key element in the first row, okay, I will divide on the element, okay, in the first row with key element. Okay, so what I will get? What will be my first element? 10 divided by 20. How much? 10 divided by 20, how much? 1 by 2, right in fraction. Right in fraction, I told you always right in fraction, okay? 1 by 2. 20 divided by 20, how much? 1 divided by 20. 0 divided by 20 is 0. 120 divided by 20 is 120 divided by 20 is 6. Okay. So it is easy to find for the row where you have key element. Okay. The row that don't have key element, the formula to find new value is on value minus corresponding key column times corresponding key row element divided by key element. Okay. One thing, okay, in order to simplify, key column element is only 1, 8. Okay. Corresponding key column element is only 1, 8. Okay. But key row element is changing. Okay. So when I am doing it, on value is 8, then in the second case it will be 8, then 0, then 1. So I have to change this every time. Okay. So I am not writing anything here. Corresponding key column element will be 8. It is not changing. I have only 1. Row element will keep changing. Okay. Key element I have only 120. So divided by 20. Okay. Now, on value for the first element I want to write. What is on value? This is the formula I am applying the formula. Okay. What is the on value? 8. Yes or no? So write 8 here. Let me use it here. Okay. Corresponding key column value I have written. What is the corresponding row value? 10. Okay. Then take it out. What you can get? Four. Okay. You have to write this every step. Okay. I have the advantage of doing one in this. Okay. So I am doing it. Okay. So every time you have to write it. Okay. Then. If you look at the, I am doing in the copy, so I am just rubbing it directly. Okay, so you have to do on the process. Okay, so your on value is 8. Okay, corresponding key column is 8, key element is 8. Okay, what is the corresponding row value? 20. Okay, so what you can get here? 0. Good. Find for the third one. For the third one, on value is how much? Corresponding column value is 8. Corresponding row value is 1. So what you get? How much you can get? Yeah, minus 2 by 5. Don't forget. Minus 2 by 5. Okay. Next, on value is how much? 1. Corresponding column value is 8. Corresponding row value is how much? 0. So how much will be the value? 1. Okay. Similarly, find the solution value. 80 minus 8 into 120. Corresponding row value is 120. Column value is 8. Okay. What you can get? Just Cut this one, it will be 6. 8 6 are 48. 80 minus 48, 32. 32. It will be 32. Okay. Okay. So you are able to take out element of your iterative table, first iterative table. Okay. Now I have to find ZJ value. So 16 into 1 by 2 plus 0 into 4. How much? Very good. 16 into 1 plus 0 into 0. 16. Yeah. 16 into 1 plus 0 into 0 plus 0 into 0. Okay. So it will be 16. Okay. 16 into 1 by 20 plus 0. Yeah. How much? 4 by 5. Everybody got it? 16 into 0 plus 0 into 1. How much? 0. Okay. Now check Cj minus Zj value. Okay. What is the value you are getting? 12 minus 8, 4. It is positive. That means we have to do one more step. Okay. 16 minus 16 is 0. 0 minus 4 by 5 is minus 4 by 5. 0 minus 0 is 0. Okay. Now, since we are not able to get the optimality condition, okay, then we have to repeat the process. Okay. Where I have the maximum value of Cj minus Zj? Here. This one. Yes or no? So this is my key column. Okay. I will use the key column in order to find the ratio. Okay. Where the ratio will be less, that will be my key row. Okay. Let's find that thing. 6 divided by 1 by 2. How much? 6 divided by 1 by 2. 12. 32 divided by 4. 8. Okay. So S2. So this is my key row. Okay. And my key element is 4. This is a common element. Okay. So my entering variable will be x1 and my leaving variable will be s2. Okay. My entering variable will be x2 because value here is high, and my leaving variable will be s2. Okay. So we have to consider second iterative table. Okay. Just wait. Let me take it. I will send it. I will send the picture as well as recording also. Okay. So you people can practice. No need to buy. Okay. I love this one. Okay. Okay. Here you have coefficient of basic variable, coefficient of the objective function, basic variable, solution. Okay. And I will write this later. This will be Zj, Cj minus Zj. Okay. So this term will remain the same. It is not going to change. Okay. So it will be 2 and 16 0 0, 2 and 16 0 0, x1 x2 s1 s2. Okay. And my basic variable here is x2. My entering variable is x1 and leaving variable is s2. So I write x1 here and coefficient is 12. Okay. Now my key element is in second row, right? Yes or no? So in order to find the element, what I will do? It is very simple here. I will divide on the element here with key element. Okay. So 4 divided by 4, how much? 0 divided by 4. Minus 2 by 5 divided by 4. How much? Minus 2 by 20. Then it will be minus 1 by 10. 1 by 10. Minus 1 by 10. Okay. 1 divided by 4. It will be 1 by 4. Okay. So it is easy to find. And for this one, since key element not nice here, I have to use this formula. Okay. Now, key quantum value. Okay. Key quantum value is 1 by 2. Okay. For every value, I have to take the key quantum value same. So I write 1 by 2 here. Key element is same 4. Okay. So on value is 1 by 2. Okay. And corresponding row value is how much? 4. So what you will get here? What you will get? Zero. 4 cancel out. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Right? Yes or no? Now, for the second element, A first or second column, A1, 2. Okay? On value is 1. Okay? Corresponding column value is 1 by 2. Corresponding row value is how much? How much? 0. 0. So 1 minus something that have 0, so it will be 1. Okay? Now, key element remain the same, so I will just keep it. On value is 1 by 20 minus corresponding column value is 1 by 2. Corresponding row value is minus 1 by 2 or minus 2 by 5 divided by key element 4. Okay? So what it will be? 2 will cancel out. Okay? So it will be minus 1 by 20. Okay? So minus 1 by 20, here you have minus sign. So 1 by 20 minus minus plus 1 by 20. So 20 will be the NCM. Okay? Then it will be 2. So it will be 1 by 10. So this will be 1 by 10. Okay? Let me take this. Everyone got 1 by 10? Yes or no? Okay. On value is 0. Corresponding column value is 1 by 2. And what is the row value? 1. Key element is 4. Then what it will be? Zero minus, you have this term, right? So why it means 0? Minus y2 minus 1 by 2 divided by 4, then it will be minus 1 by 8, right? 2 will go in the denominator, then it will be minus 1 by 8, right? Yes or no? When you have 1 by 2 divided by 4, you can write 1 by 4 into 2. So this will be 1 by 8 and you have negative sign. Minus 8, 1 by 8, okay? Solution here, okay? It will be 8 divided by 4. Key element is here, it will be 2. Now find the solution here. What will be the solution value? On value is how much? Sorry, it is 32. Okay, 32 divided by 4. So 32 divided by 4, how much? 8. Okay, I have to find the new solution value for x2. Okay, so on value is 6. Okay, corresponding row value is 32. Column value is 1 by 2 and 4. So you will cancel this out. 8. Then it is 4. So 6 minus 4, it will be 2. Okay. Now I have to find ZJ value. So 16 into 0 plus 12 into 1. How much? 12. 16 into 1 plus 12 into 0. 16 into 1 by 10 plus minus 12 into minus 1 by 10. How much? How much? Yeah, 2 by 5. 16 into minus 1 by 8 plus 12 into 1 by 4. How much? Everyone got one? Okay. Now take out Cj minus Zj value. 2n minus 2n. How much? 16 minus 16. 0 minus 2, 2 by 5. It will be minus 2 by 5. It will be minus 1. 0 minus 1 is 1. So on the Cj minus Zj value is less than equal to 0. Right? Yes or no? Okay. So my x2 equal to 2 and x1 equal to 8 is maximizing my objective function. Okay, is maximizing my objective function. So what is your objective function? 2 and x1. How much is your x1? 8. Just put 8 here. Okay, 8 here. Okay, and here you will put 2. How much you will be getting? 16 into 2 plus 12 into 8. How much? 12 into 8 is how much? 80, 96 plus 32. 128. Okay. So this will maximize your objective function. The example that I have done in the video, it is same one. Okay. So 128 is the maximum value of your objective function. Okay. X1 value is 8, X2 value is 2, and Z value is 128. Okay. Now I will do this with graphical method to make you people understand. Done, everyone? Okay, I love this part. Okay, this side I do the graphical method. So less than equal to 120, 80. Okay. So I have to draw the graph of this one. So I take common 10 common. So I can write this as x1 plus 2x2 less than equal to 12. This one I can take 8 common. So I can write x1 plus x2 less than equal to 8. Yes or no? Okay. So net do thing. So I may have to take x1 equal to 12. So I am taking x1, x2 I am taking here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. Now for the first constant, for the both the constant, okay, we have to convert, okay, inequality into equation. Okay, so we do it and then we draw line graph for both constant. Okay, when we convert that into equation. So x1 value will be how much? 2 and 6. Which side I will go? This side or this side? Left hand side or right hand side? Yeah, this side, left hand side. Okay, you are in this quadrant, so it is easy to do it. Okay. You will be left hand side or put 0, 0 less than equal to 12, satisfy, moving toward the order. Second, how much? Very good. Okay, so So this is the common region you have. You have point here A, which is 0,6, point B, and this is point C is 8,0. What will be point B? I am saying that it is 8,2. Check it. Check for this one. X1 plus 2x2 equal to 12. X1 plus x2 equal to 8. Okay. So x2 equal to how much? Why we are getting 4? Okay, because I reduced this into this thing. Okay, let me check it. 120, 12, 80. It should be 10 here, right? 80 divided by 8 is 10. So it will be 2, because whatever conclusion I am getting here, I should get same. Okay. So x2 will be equal to 2, x1 will be equal to 8. Okay. You place all these three values in your objective function and you can check it. So I'm just writing down the point, okay, because we have done the basic quantity. This is 8,0. Okay, 8,0. What? 10, 10. Okay, it will be. Okay, yeah, correct. Second line will be 10, 10. Because we have written 8. So just write this. Okay, no problem. I write this 10. Okay. Okay, no problem. 10, 12, 40. Okay. No problem. It will be same. No problem. Okay. A will be 0,6. B will be 8,2. Okay. And this will be C will be 10,0. Okay. C will be 10,0. Okay. Z value will be 12x1 plus 16x2. Okay. So it will be how much? 16 into 6 is how much? 80 plus 60, 96. This you know is 128. It will be 120. So here maximization takes place at point B. Clear? But in the simplex method, graphical method, we can use for only 2 decision variable. Okay? Simplex method we can use for more than 2 decision variable. 2 decision variable we can use, and but more than that also. Okay? Clear? And we use the iterative method to do it. So there are this is maximization problem. There is a minimization problem. Okay? Then in case of infinite many solutions, we have different possibility. In case of no solution, we have different criteria. Okay? When you have more variable, you have to make some adjustment. Okay? On that thing are there. Okay? But we have to do only the maximization problem. So I have done that one. Okay? So this is what you have in the syllabus. Okay? So I stop here.